Greetings everyone, it's Lodrik and this is a Game War in the Pacific Admins Edition. This is my play by email match against AsuRob. He's the allied commandant for me, it's the Empire of Japan. It is December 7th, 42, so the first day of the second year now. We took the two bases south of Townsville and trying to push source and check how is the situation at Rockhampton to link up to my forces in Bundaberg once again. First there was a attempt to sink these cargo ships I saw yesterday. I sent my cruisers north, but in the darkness I was not able to, because it's moonlight 0%, so looks like they failed to force the engagement. No submarine, no maybe surface engagement. Rob is still very, I would say, depleted allied bomber campaign here. You have many units, but most of the units I guess are under strength. But it's a little hard to keep track if these are maybe split up units or depleted units. At the end I only care how many aircraft are coming. Some devastators trying to attack the port of Townsville without escort. This is of course not working. Oh, my heavily damaged destroyer looks like also arrived at port. There was no failure of any repair. Question is now if I keep the ship in port and try to get the system damage under control before leaving back to Hokkaido and enter the shipyard. My army also will soon arrive in Kotak, then they can take this base to shield Calcutta to the west. Now some dive bombers with escorts. Two are able to drop the bomb. The rest is destroyed. Hit, but no explosion. This is shallow water, I mean it's a port. So I can get good damage on this allied submarines. Unluckily it's still not type 2. So I need a dozen or more hits to really sink a submarine. But maybe one day. Now the all 4 tank regiments could attack, and then we take the town, and one guy I think is trying to run down the enemy. Enemy is retreating, most of the vehicles are destroyed, and this is a mobile unit, so there's only this tank destroyer stuff. So maybe I can wipe out the unit tomorrow. And here was, okay, here is a tank destroyers, and here's this car regiment, so, but they're both mobile units. Same situation, most equipment is destroyed or disabled. But the Navy failed to sink this enemy cargo in the north of Japan. So tactical defeat more or less for me. Rob was able to avoid the sinking of his ships. So, good. A lot of Allied aircraft destroyed once again. No Japanese pilot lost. Maybe not, I don't know. My ships are back in port, but I missed the target. I don't see anyone more, and I have normally, so I go for 8 range. That is the maximum what I can really go. Oh, I've come from here. So I can see all the bases, and there's no ship more in the hex. Because I would say that I have here at least 5, 6, 7 Navy search running around. They would normally detect the enemy fleet. My ship, my destroyer is here, and there's not really much system damage I can fix. I could maybe repair a little engine damage, but it's take a week. Then I could reduce the engine damage to 50. That will maybe give me a little more cruise speed. Maybe I do this. And I can get the heavy cruiser back in action now. But it's problem is that I don't really have enough supplies here. I need also supplies. Now I can control my own hex, so I would say if there's no enemy battleship formation or carrier, then I can maybe use the opportunity to send in now some cargo ships. And here is the other formation, also on the hunt. That is really only a secondary unit, but it's enough to sink cargo, and for night engagement it's fine. But at daytime I won't be back in under cover of my own air fleet. So, and my main carrier fleet is also back in Yokohama, so I need 1 or 2 days to fix the damage, refuel the bunkers, and so in 4 days I can be here ready for any action. I could also depart faster, but if there's no enemy ships, then I can also first prepare everything very well. So also could the attack will soon, tomorrow I can cross the river, then I can make an attack. There's only this guard unit, so I guess this is easy picking. And here at Townsville, there's this enemy submarine. I still had no time to mine the port if I had any mines. The enemy was fleeing. I can maybe wipe him out, maybe. I retook the base. Luckily resources are fine, not gets damaged. I also retook a bone. So this is the car units. But more forces, still 9, 10 forces are in Rockhampton. Here's the army. And here is still bigger, but this is not good, reliable recon. So there's still a lot of Allied stuff north of Brisbane, that for sure. Insofar, I don't get any pressure here at New Caledonian. There was a question if maybe the Allies will use the time to lure me north and then strike on New Caledonian or something else, somewhere else. But so far, I don't really get anything. Good, see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.